U.S. President Donald Trump has again suggested that companies move to reporting every 6 months instead of quarterly. He argues that, did you ever hear the statement that China has a 50 to 100 year view on management? Whereas we run our companies on a quarterly basis, and he's got 3 question marks in there. Would that be a good idea for investors, for the market in general, if we went to a 6-month reporting model? We're joined by McCall, CEO of the Canadian Coalition for Good Governance. Catherine, thanks for joining us. First off, just remind us, what do you guys do at the Coalition?
Sure, and thank you for having me here today, Andy. We are an institutional investor representative organization, so we represent pension funds, asset owners, asset managers, both large and small. We have around 50 members that manage in the aggregate around $5.5 trillion.
Wow.
And our main mandate is to enhance corporate governance at Canadian public issuers, as well as assist our members in fulfilling their stewardship responsibilities that they have as fiduciaries for their beneficiaries and clients.
What do you think of that idea, moving to 6-month reporting?
Well, our members generally think that quarterly reporting does provide information that's relevant and important. You know, when you're managing other people's money, you want frequent and comparable data. And for investors, less disclosure means less comfort, making it harder to assess investments, making them riskier, and therefore there's a corresponding demand for higher returns. So basically, as one of our members put it, information gives confidence. So reducing the length of, increasing the length of time between reporting is not something that our members are generally in favor of.
It sometimes strikes me, though, that we're looking, say, at a multinational company with thousands of employees, obviously a complex organization, but we try, and I guess journalism, you have to do that, you have to simplify things, but we focus, whoa, did they miss expectations by 1 or 2 cents? And it seems like we're missing the point here. It really is a longer term game than that.
Absolutely. I think that, though, when we're talking about a longer term perspective, we're not talking about the difference between 3 months and 6 months. We're talking in terms of years, which are, you know, our members generally have a years long perspective. I don't think that, you know, if you have that perspective, you still want timely information about your investments and what's going on. I don't think that moving to semi-annual increases a long-term perspective, and there is some research to that to show that. They looked at the UK when they reintroduced semi-annual reporting in 2014, I think, and they found that there was no significant shift in companies investing in putting in more investments into their companies than there were for those doing quarterly reporting.
Do you ever feel, though, that, and I'm broadening it out here, that in company reporting, there's just a lack of candor? I mean, a lot of their news releases just seem to be sales documents. They gloss over problems, for example.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I don't think that impacts the timing of reporting, though. I think that is a different issue, is it not? I also wanted to just point out that, you know, I think if the Canadian Securities Administrators are looking at trying to encourage long-term thinking, a better idea would be to discourage quarterly guidance, because that, I mean, I think that's more in line with what you're talking about, setting expectations and the incentivizing management to work towards meeting those expectations rather than focusing on the long term. So rather than looking at quarterly and financial reporting, I think quarterly guidance is something that the CSA could look at.
I guess it is a problem. Again, I'm not just strictly talking about quarterly or 6-month reporting here, but companies investing for the long term. Some companies, like mining companies, they're thinking about an asset that will last decades. But we focus on such short-term metrics, and they are. I mean, CEOs spend so much time just selling the stock, not just running the company.
True. I think that's quite true.
Broadly speaking, do you think the standard of reporting is getting better or worse? Have you seen any trends?
Not with respect to financial reporting. I think, when you move into more, and this is very, hot topic, sustainability reporting, we're seeing a retraction because of Bill C-59 and the anti-competition anti-greenwashing act out of the competition provisions in the Competition Act. So I think we're seeing the serious kind of retracting and information in that area. But with respect to financial reporting, I don't think so.
And just finally, do you think AI will change analysis of financial statements? I'm looking forward. I haven't really had a chance yet, but I'm going to start digging through management discussion and analysis and income statements just to see if AI can spot stuff that management would rather gloss over.
I think that it will. I think, nobody knows yet what AI is capable of, but it's pretty phenomenal what we're seeing so far. And I think that's definitely, assisting with and analyzing financial information is definitely going to be something that can be used for.
Catherine, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Catherine McCall, CEO at the Canadian Coalition for Good Governance.